Okay, call a meeting of the Board of Estimate to order. First, we have a roll call. The full board is present. There's no approval of minutes. And Mr. McCormick, I thought this was a one-issue meeting.
There were additional emails sent out after the fact.
I mean, after we noticed that we were going to have a very quick one-issue meeting? Yeah. Well, all right, I guess we'll take up those issues then, I guess. So, first item of business is a resolution authorizing the sale of city-owned parcel to New Beginnings Church at 11 Mulberry Street. This is approximately a 1.9 feet strip owned by the city adjacent to the municipal lot that when they installed their stairway or their ramp, they inadvertently went a foot and 1.9 feet too far. So we're selling them the 1.9 feet for $1. And it's authorizing the mayor to sign the agreement and any related documentation necessary to execute and complete the transfer. So motion by myself.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Massey. Any further questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now we have, any other department heads submit any requests? Just Mr. Tawil. So we have a resolution authorizing amendment number 2 to Clark Patterson Lee's contract for the additional construction phase related to NUCO delays. So Mr. Tawil, please come up and the contract you're asking for is a $20,500 change, and you can explain it.
Okay, so there are two tanks. Good evening. So there are two water storage tanks in here. Altogether, there are 3 storage tanks. We're talking about 2 of them here. Mountain Avenue tank. The one you're looking at is Highland Avenue tank. Highland Avenue tank, we got stuck with really not very efficient contractor. The contract started in October 2023. He had 1 year to finish the contract. They did not. We've been struggling through the engineers CPL with them ever since, with testing, with the paint, is it the proper paint, and doing it in a timely manner, and the weather, and cathodic protection right now, the last thing. So it's delay after delay after delay. So the engineer, he's requesting $20,000, 15 has already been spent, and another 5 to cover the rest of it until we close the project. So altogether, it's $20,000. Before that, we issued another change order so that you guys are aware in the amount of $59,000 for additional inspection for the whole year that took place beyond the expiration of the contract. Now, we've been in touch with the bonding company for this tank, and we intend to charge them liquidated damages up to around $50,000 from the date the contract completion has ended until the date we commissioned the tank. We put the tank online, Highland Avenue tank, which is what was in February 20, I believe it was February 2023.
Well, hold on a minute. The resolution reads that there's a year-to-date $267,500 in accrued liquidated damages, and CPL's services will be approximately $72,000. Did you just say that we're?
What are you looking at?
I'm reading the resolution.
What resolution are you giving?
I pulled it out of here.
Yeah, no, we will not be able to. We'll be able only to get liquidated damages, as I stated, from the completion date of the contract of October October 2023 until, bear with me here for 1 second. Until February 2024. That's the only time I believe we'll be able to get liquidated damages. Notwithstanding what this said, I'll go through it.
Well, where's this from?
I'll go through it. What? No. That's CPL written proposal.
Okay.
This is CPL.
All right, so this is authorizing us to seek the damages up to, it doesn't say we,
You're not, authorizes mayor. We have our authority already within the contract. I don't need additional authorization. What I'm looking here for is a $20,000 additional compensation for CPL. That's all we're looking for.
but we want to be assured that you're also seeking the liquidated damages that come with the fact that they did not comply with the contract, NUCO.
Right.
So you're doing that then, is what you're saying?
Yep.
Yes, but just the numbers are different.
Yeah, the numbers are different. We're going to try to maximize it as much as
All right,
possible.
that's right. So
Yeah,
when you were
exactly.
speaking, the numbers didn't match, so.
Yeah, no,
All right,
understood.
any other questions by the board?
Understood.
Mr. Massey, Mr. Rodriguez, no. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Item 3.3 is the City of Middletown has entered an agreement with CPL and the original construction of DNN tanks established substantial completion. And whereas CPL submitted a request for a contract amendment amount of $90,000, he's asking for basically a same thing, 70,000 lump sum and 20 estimated. And this is related to, so I'll put the motion on the floor.
So moved.
Seconded by Massey. And so this is a separate tank, and this is a
Separate change order, yeah.
separate change order, but is this part of the original 267,000 maybe? Or?
No, Mayor, that's something else.
So we're going to recoup this money here too?
No, let me explain. So this one in here, this contractor is a very good contractor. He built 2 tanks for us, Mountain Avenue and High Barney Road. Post-tension reinforced concrete tanks. They're excellent contractors. They've done excellent work in a timely manner. However, Mountain Avenue tank, when we removed the old steel tank at the end of the project, so we had to build a new tank before we demolished the old tank, the steel tank, Mountain Avenue. So after demolishing the steel tank, we found out that all the soil under it is contaminated with PCB. Usually it's when you do a steel tank, you mix it with type 2 fuel. You mix the sand with type 2 fuel so that it will provide some kind of vapor barrier so that the steel tank bottom will not corrode from underneath. Long story short, obviously the city used back in the 60s contaminated oil to provide this function, and it's full of PCBs. So we've been in touch with DEC going back and forth, and we minimize the amount of work to be needed. And before they wanted us to test and remove all the soil down to 0.1 milligrams per liter. We got it down to 1 milligram per liter, which is a huge improvement. We don't have to remove that much soil because the soil is contaminated. Now, for the past few months, we've been trying to find a contractor who would take this contaminated soil. And that's where we are at this stage to finish this project, to get rid of the contaminated PCB. With that will become additional testing, and the estimated hauling price at this time, without further testing, we have to keep testing as we go down, is about $150,000, and it could be higher yet.
How much?
$150,000, and could be much higher. It depends on the extent of the penetration of the PCB into the ground. We have to continue to remove and test as we go down in order to comply with the DEC limits.
Can we put like an insurance claim?
I don't know.
What's that?
Can we make it an insurance claim?
I doubt it. We can look into it, that's for sure. We can get in touch with Mr. Townsend. So along with that $90,000 also, just to give you a quick quick refresher of what took place. Those 3 water storage tanks, Highland Avenue, water storage tank, Mountain Avenue, and High Barney tanks. All of them, they were funded, supposed to be funded by the city. We authorized the work to proceed, and we started doing the work. It was much more complicated because we had another million-gallon water storage tank at the water treatment plant. We canceled that, and we switched tanks over. Point is, it was funded by the city. Now, in the meantime, we applied for a grant and funding through AFC, and sure enough, although we were supposed to be funded completely by the city, we got the grant from EFC, and now the entire cost of the project, $3 million, just under $3 million is going to be a grant for us, no payback, and the balance of the money is going to be funded through the state revolving fund. So part of the $90,000 that you're looking at is not only the PCB, engineering work for the PCB, but also for switching the application, switching tanks, writing the engineering reports, and communicating with EFC in order to get the funding. So that's where we are. At this point, we don't seek any additional funding from the water fund balance or anything like that. We believe everything is,
Everything going to be covered under the state?
yes, sir, it will be covered under the state, except for if we get involved in much more complicated
Understood.
soil removal.
Does your junior engineer have any comments to make on this?
He pre-approved it before I
You
gave it to him.
pre-approved it, okay.
His narcotic unit had to review it as well.
Any other questions? So there's a motion on the floor and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.
None? Motion to adjourn? So